Chris, what is our first main topic today?
This first one comes from Mr. Mister. Hey, John and team. Hope everyone's feeling great today.
We are.
Tom Hiddleston's Marvel voice actor, Peter Lonsky, has revealed in a TikTok that he is currently working on a Marvel film, though he cannot reveal what it is. I think it's pretty clear that this means Tom Hiddleston will join an MCU movie soon. But the question is, which one? What are your guys' thoughts on this? Thanks, and bring on the filthy.
All right, thanks a lot for saying that in. Now, of course, we've had some stories about things like this, a couple over the past number of months, where here's what happens. When a Marvel movie gets released in, say, Portugal, right? They have to get voice actors to come in and do the Portuguese voices for the characters. There was at DC Fandom, the first DC Fandom, not the Waste of Time second one, but the first one, which was great. They did this great special on it where they looked at the voices of Batman from around the world.
Yeah, it was great.
It was wonderful. It was honestly, it was one of the best things that DC Fandom did that year in a really great DC Fandom. And it was wonderful. Now, generally what happens is that these voice actors will now, they'll do, like this one guy will do the voice of Spider-Man for every Portuguese Spider-Man film that comes out, or at least for a particular actor that plays him. And so what we have found out here is that the guy who does the voice for Loki in his country has just revealed, and I'm guessing he probably wasn't supposed to, that he is currently doing some Loki work. This comes from the folks over at The Direct who write the following. German voice actor Peter Lonsick, who dubs the German voice for Tom Hiddleston's Loki in the MCU, teased that Loki may be close to returning to the big screen in the near future. Lonsick shared a TikTok video that he's currently working on a new Marvel film that he can't say anything about. There is a new Marvel film that I am currently working on that I am not allowed to talk about. Lonsick has been Hiddleston's German voice actor since Loki's MCU debut in 2011's Thor, all the way through to last year's Loki solo series. All right. You don't have to be frickin' Sherlock Holmes to put a couple of things together here. There are two Marvel movies that are fairly imminent. We have Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, and we've got Thor Love and Thunder. That's it. I mean, and this would be the point, because with the movies finished, they can now send them to these things. The different countries can now get their voice actors in to do the stuff. This would be the time that they would be doing it for either of these two films. So did this guy just reveal that Loki is either going to be in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness or in Thor Love and Thunder? Maybe. I don't think this is as solid as everybody thinks. Because while he is a voice actor who does fill in for Tom Hiddleston's Loki, there's nothing saying that's the only voice acting this guy does. Like, I know, Chris, you've probably worked on shows doing the voice of one character and another character in the same show, and maybe even a third. What's the most you've ever done in one show? Most voices you've ever done for one show?
So typically under SAG guidelines, you do 3 voices. Otherwise, after your third, they have to pay you additional money for more voices.
Ooh.
So when I was doing non-union anime, I'd be like 17 characters and a bunch of dogs and cats. I played a lot of cats. It was weird. But when you're doing something like a Marvel project, something that is union, 3 characters pretty much is where you typically top out just for financial reasons.
So theoretically speaking,
he could be anyone.
He could be doing multiple voices, and it doesn't automatically mean that he's doing the voice of Loki. Having said that, it's probably Loki. I mean, it's probably Loki. We don't know that for sure. So then that raises the question, all right, if he's going to be Loki, if Loki is popping up in either Doctor Strange or Thor Love and Thunder, which one does he pop up in? The traditional logic would probably say Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness, because there was a lot of multi-dimensional alternate reality, splinters of reality, multiverse stuff that was in the Loki series. Then there is the brother aspect. He came in Thor. He is forever attached to Thor. It would make more sense that he's coming in Thor. I'm going to say I think it's going to be Thor. I actually don't think it's going to be Multiverse of Madness. I think the kind of multiverse stuff they're talking about in Doctor Strange is not the same kind of multiverse stuff they talk about in Loki. And when you look at the season finale of Loki, where Loki ends up, there is not a natural segue for him to be in Doctor Strange. And right now it just feels like there's already so much in Doctor Strange. It just feels like it might be overkill at this point to also try to shoehorn in a Loki. However, having him pop up in a Thor film seems a lot more rational to me. Listen, I'm not saying it ain't possible that he's going to be in Doctor Strange. I mean, yeah, it very well could be Doctor Strange, but we'll see. Chris, you hear about this. Number one, do you believe we're about to see Loki in either Doctor Strange or Thor, or maybe both? And if so, which one or both do you think he's going to pop up in?
If he's here, I feel like it's going to be a post-credit Thor.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think he's even going to
post-credit.
be in the main entree. You know, I think it's going to be because of how Loki ended, right? Because it doesn't make sense from where he is in the series to just pop up in Love and Thunder and be like, hello, brother, let's do all this stuff now. I've got to catch you up on all these things and all these multiple timelines. I think he'll just kind of have that little pop-up moment like we've seen in so many other Marvel films before. Man, I really hope this guy doesn't get fired. That's my big takeaway from this. Is, you know, so many of the what if voice actors, they couldn't even say they were part of the project till their episodes aired. So that just makes me a little nervous for him.
When's the last time you saw the first Harry Potter movie?
Last Christmas.
Okay, because I just watched it again recently because Anne's been watching them again. And there's several scenes with, what's the name of the giant again?
Hagrid?
Hadrick. Or what's the name?
The half giant?
Yeah.
Hagrid?
Hagrid, thank you. So there's several scenes in the original movie where Hagrid's like, only me and Professor Dumbledore know about the thing that's down in the basement. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I? I mean, it's kind of like, what's this guy? Oh, he goes, Marvel tells him, okay, don't tell anybody about this project. No problem. What are you doing? Well, I'm working on a Marvel project, but I can't tell you what it is. That's like saying, oh yeah, my best friend, your husband, is cheating on you with another woman, but I can't tell you which woman. It's not like, no, you shouldn't have done that. I think he might be in trouble for
There's usually
this.
so many NDAs for this because, I mean, just doing Netflix dubs, you sign an NDA before your audition. Like,
Oh,
I'm not going
really?
to tell anyone about this, which is super fun when your parents are like, how's work going? And you're like, I don't know. It's
Then
good.
you're Andrew Garfield denying that you're in
just-
Spider-Man No Way
I've-
Home.
I've done
parent
nothing.
clause.
There should
There
be.
should be a parent clause.
Mom,
other
don't
than
post this
mom.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Mom's allowed to know. Rob, what about you? You hear about this? Number one, do you actually think we're going to see Loki in one of these two projects? And if so, which one makes more sense to you?
Well, considering Tom Hiddleston has been in the previous 3 Thor movies, I would assume, and the movie is called Love and Thunder, and there's familial love, there's romantic love, and come on, I think with Tom Hiddleston, we have both, don't we? I think absolutely he's going to be in Thor Love and Thunder. Why wouldn't he be? I mean, I don't know how they're going to work it in. And plus, Thor thinks that Loki's dead.
Again.
Well, again,
I think for the fourth time.
But I mean,
yes.
Thor watched Thanos crush the life out of his own brother right in front of him. So I think that it would be fairly emotional for Thor to see Loki. I mean, even though he's from the past, you know, it still is his brother. It's not a variant of Loki. It's just from a different time. So I think that definitely it's going to be Love and Thunder, and it would make sense because Multiverse of Madness, for the most part, I would imagine, is pretty finished. I can't imagine them dubbing it. I mean, maybe they are, but I mean, remember, John, we're less than 6 weeks out, and part of the process of making movies is to dub them into all the different countries that require dubbing, and so they need the time, and they don't work on these things when they don't have to up until the last minute. So I think it's a pretty good bet. It's Thor: Love and Thunder.
Aaron, what do you think? Number one, do you think we're going to see him in one of these things? And if so, which one or both? What do you think?
I think we're going to see him in both.
You
guys
think
have-
both?
I think you guys have already made great arguments for why we're going to see him in Thor: Love and Thunder, and the argument for why we're going to see him in Doctor Strange is because in the July 14th, 2021 article on in the Hollywood Reporter, it says, without getting into spoilers, the Loki finale set the stage for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Hiddleston's Loki character is also expected to appear in the next Doctor Strange. Marvel has yet to confirm whether or not that's happening. But according to the Hollywood Reporter from, back in July, apparently that's there. And
Yeah,
then,
those reports have been around.
yeah, so I mean, there's been rumblings, and I think, where there's thunder, there's going to be rain. So I feel like I feel like we're going to see him in both. And why not? Loki, especially after his smash hit of a series, has become even more beloved with fans. I mean, I was kind of meh on Loki before, and after seeing
Really?
I was just like, cool.
I like lanky dudes with long hair, though. So, I
See,
mean,
normally I do too.
Yeah.
And then I met Tom, and I was like, I like Thor. I used to be a Loki
For those
girl.
who
and-
don't know, Aaron's husband Tom is much closer to the Thor side of the scale
that's very
than
much
Loki's
the
side of the
dynamic
scale.
Logan and Tom have.
Yeah.
and Logan and Tom could
Loki
actually
and
go
Thor.
and do
That's
cosplay.
good.
Now I want
highlight.
to see that show. I want to see the Logan and
I
Tom
totally want
show.
to
The
see that,
Logan
totally,
and Tom
yeah.
cosplaying Loki and Thor show. Yeah, so that's the thing is I was like, whatever, cool. He serves his purpose, but I never saw him. I saw him as just a byproduct of Thor. I never saw him as a standalone character telling his own story. And they did such a beautiful job with that in the streaming series that now I feel like as a fan of Loki, I want to see him pop up in more places. And even if it is, and the wonderful way that Marvel has, we see, what is green guy?
Loki?
No, Hulk. What is
Hulk.
Hulk? Bruce, Dr. Banner. Yeah, when we see, I'm getting there. When we see Bruce Banner popping up every once in a while for these quick 5-minute blurbs, we are now accustomed to seeing a character pop in and then pop out. One day of shooting and then they go back to their lives. And so even if we just see him for a glimpse, we've now been conditioned to be okay with that. We don't need Loki to have his own storyline to still be like, oh, cool, we got to see him. We've now been conditioned to be okay with him just doing a scene here or there. So I wouldn't be surprised if he pops into both.
All right, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Did this voice actor just let slip that, yes, indeed, Loki's popping up? And if so, which one of the two movies, or do you think it's going to be both? We're going to see Loki. And whatever you guys think, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Coinbase. Have you found yourself curious about getting involved in cryptocurrency, but if you're like a couple of friends of mine who have been really interested in it, they felt kind of overwhelmed by it, like not even knowing how to get started? Well, that's where Coinbase comes in, because they make learning to buy and sell crypto simple. Coinbase offers a trusted and easy to use platform to buy, sell, and spend cryptocurrency. They support the most popular digital currencies on the market and make them accessible to everyone. They offer portfolio management and protection, learning resources, and a mobile app so you can trade securely and monitor your crypto all in one place. And that's why millions of people all over the world in 100 different countries trust Coinbase with their digital assets. So whether you're looking to diversify, just getting started, or searching for a better way to access crypto markets, start today with Coinbase. And for a limited time, new users can get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today at coinbase.com/Campea. Sign up at coinbase.com/Campea for $10 in free Bitcoin. This offer is for a limited time only, so be sure to sign up today. That's coinbase.com/Campea.